Welcome, 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 brothers and sisters. My name is Craig Pera. I am the founder of the Mindful Habit System, and you are listening to Sex Afflictions and Porn Addictions, a podcast to empower you to create healthy sexuality and a great life. So, I am really excited to talk about today's topic because I believe it is critical to have a healthy relationship with technology if you're going to be successful channeling and directing your sexual energy in a constructive way. And let me even back a little. I believe that having a healthy relationship with technology is critical if you are going to lead a great life. And in this broadcast, I'm going to give you 6 tips that all of us can use to not be a slave to technology. Now, but before we get to that, I want to share with you the inspiration for this broadcast. And it was a Wall Street Journal article, and I put the link down below on, here's the title, Ping, Ding, Chirp, Notifications are driving us crazy with workplace tools multiplying and personal messages creeping in. It can be hard to get anything done. So in this broadcast, I'm going to share with you 6 tips that I think are so important. Now, to be clear, technology is awesome. Never in the history of mankind we have had more information at our fingertips ever. This is the age of the side hustle. People are now earning second incomes that they found out about on social media. They're connecting with people. They're using the technology in so many ways to make their life better. And here's the backdrop of this broadcast. I've had a number of clients who have gone old school. They went flip phone. I've got 100 excuses why I can't do that, and I bet you do too. If you're listening to me right now, Jewel 12, what's up, my man? Let me know in the chat. What are your excuses why you can't get rid of the smartphone? But here's the interesting thing that each one of these men experienced. Everybody who got rid of their smartphone found themselves to be less stressed, way more productive, and way more organized. So this powerful tool, which in so many ways can make our lives better, is making our lives worse. Now think about it, right? If you've seen the special called Social Dilemma, have you seen the 60-minute episodes called Brain Hacking, and that these companies have neuroscientists and psychologists and psychiatrists? They call it the race to the base of the brainstem. So the more you understand human behavior, the better you understand that dopamine fix that social media gives to us. And listen, there is one app in particular that I think is brilliant and at the same time dangerous for a number of different reasons, and that app is TikTok. TikTok, and so first off, I've installed it, I've uninstalled it, I've installed it, I've uninstalled it. Now I access TikTok via desktop. I'm gonna give you a tip on that. But here's the thing. TikTok, like, oh my God, you just watched the best video you've ever seen. There's a 3-year-old celloist, playing Mozart's Fifth Symphony. And then there's this speech by Martin Luther King, only 3 minutes, right? Oh, wow, that was so inspiring. Oh, Gary V, breathed some fire and gave you some inspiration and helped you think about your business in a different way. Oh, what a great technique on helping people. Oh, and what great value. That's the point, right? It's great video after great video after great video. It's dopamine hit, dopamine hit, dopamine hit, dopamine hit, and I'm adding a 7th tip right now. You get a bonus 7th tip. So that's the perspective that I'm giving you these tips. I do not believe that you can be successful in any way, shape, or form around channeling and directing your sexual energy without having a healthy relationship with technology. And I'm going to go a step further. It's very difficult for me to imagine somebody being successful in their life and not and feeling good about themselves. So successful, let's define success in that way, feeling good about yourself. So here are my 6 plus 1 bonus tip to create a healthy relationship with social media, a healthy relationship, with technology. Number 1, delete all social media apps from your phone. I got to tell you, when I did that, I felt like definitely a big bad case of FOMO, fear of missing out. But what it forced me to do was to be deliberate about when I was going to access social media. Every app you can access on your desktop. So instead of, because here's the thing, it robs you of the gift of being bored. We need to learn to be bored. We talked about that in my last live stream. Read some highlights of the book Dopamine Nation, which just came out not too long ago. So important. So just delete the social media apps from your phone. And in so doing, number 2, carve out a specific amount of time for social media. So I'm going to use it from this time to this time, carve out a specific amount of time so you can bring some structure and some discipline. And as we learned in our last broadcast, how important structure and discipline is. It's just going to make you more efficient. It's going to keep you from getting sucked up into the pit of distractions, because that's what it is, right? And I remember after an experience I had on TikTok, whoa, great video. Whoa, great video. Man, I got off the app. I felt inspired. I felt like I learned some great stuff, some great content. No, I didn't. I couldn't tell you what I watched. I couldn't point to a single video that changed the way I interact with my family, how I support my wife, how I run my business. Nothing. I don't remember a single thing, but it created the illusion of that single thing. So carve out a specific amount of time for using social media. You will find your life to be far more efficient. Number 3, this is a difficult one. They're all difficult. Let's acknowledge that. Shut off notifications. I've got my Apple Watch, I've got my phone, I've got my desktop. I have shut off all my notifications. Now, that sounds a little crazy, but think about it. Listen, where is the number of distractions? Here. People switch screens an average of 566 times a day. People switch screens an average of 566 times per day, according to this article in the Wall Street Journal. Shut those notifications off. Shut them off. And listen, here's what that's going to force you to do. It's going to force you to be more structured and to be more disciplined. I have clients that I have to get back to. My clients expect the highest level of customer service, and I need them to be able to say that my attention to them exceeded their expectations. That's one aspect of my value proposition in my one-on-one work, which costs $15,000. I got to deliver, and I've got to respond to them. So because my notifications are shut off when I'm done with a client appointment, when it's time for me to take a break, I will check the places that I need to check so I can best serve my clients. So really think about it. If you can't shut off your notifications, shut off most of your notifications. And there's a way to allow certain ones to get through. A certain call, for example, certain text message, for example. It requires a little digging, but you can do it. But seriously consider either shutting off your notifications, give yourself 3 hours, see what it's like. And I promise you're going to be more efficient, more effective, and way less distracted. Number 4, put the phone down. Do not carry your phone on your body. Right? So not only you've got the notification, well, with the notifications, you're feeling that buzz, right? What do you feel? You hear that, right? It's instant distraction, instant distraction. When it's on your body, it increases the chances that you are going to use that incredibly valuable piece of technology in a way that's going to make you inefficient and less productive. Number 1. Number 2, you're going to have that constant brain ping, 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 ding, bing, vibrate. You're losing your mind. If you're losing your mind, let me know in the chat if technology is absolutely driving you crazy. Don't carry it on your body. Put it someplace else. Go back to it. Go back to it. Number 5, take a tech break. Whether that be a weekend per month, whether that be during your 6-hour hike on the weekend, whether that be I'm going to go lift 3, 6, 9, 12, whatever it is, take a break. I take 1 tech break per month. I don't have my technology. Now I have my desktop, right? But I don't use my phone. I don't use my phone. So if someone's trying to reach me, boom, I'm on it. So, but I do put my phone down, and those times are really, really, really important. Number 6, and this isn't a tip, it's more of a destination. And the destination is be able to say this statement, right? Like you want to get to a place, whatever tips you use, the 5 ones that I gave you, the thousands of other ones that are out there on the internet, but this is your destination. You want to be at a place where you're able to say, I am using it. It is not using me. Or to say that another way, you want to get to a place where you're able to say, I have a healthy relationship with technology. And so whatever you have to do to get there, because everybody's situation is unique, so all these rules aren't going to apply to everybody. So don't get discouraged. But I want to give you that perspective, just like the perspective needs to be around I am a healthy sexual being. I prioritize my sexual health. I recognize it is an important part of who I am as a man or a woman, whoever is listening today. Healthy sexuality is important to me. Healthy technology use is important to me. I am not going to be a slave to this piece of technology. I am going to use it. It is not going to use me. Last but not least, my bonus tip, this is number 7, is practice being bored. Yesterday, and please, if you haven't listened to my broadcast yesterday on delayed gratification and Tom Brady, what did we learn? How important it is to have that skill set to delay gratification. When you are using pornography, when you are using sex in some way, shape, or form to numb, cope, and escape, you're not bored, and you have to be bored. You have to be able to step back and not like need a distraction. Being bored is awesome. When you're bored, you have the privilege. Listen, and I'm just telling you the perspective that I have. When I am bored, I see that as a privilege. I don't have to toil a field. I don't have to work 16 hours a day. I can prioritize my mental health and my physical health because of the beautiful path that I have in front of me in my career. To be bored is a gift. To be bored is a privilege. Embrace that privilege and recognize how important it is to your mental health and your physical health, how important it is to be bored. If you want more information on that, read the book Dopamine Nation or read some of the articles on the web. We're going to talk about that in another broadcast. but practice being bored. When I go I go every week to a doctor to get my shots, and every week I sit there, I put the phone away, hands in my lap. I think I look like a weirdo. Sometimes I'll close my eyes, sometimes I won't close my eyes. I practice being bored. You have to be. If you are constantly notification, bored, social media, escape, right? That's the problem that we're trying to solve. That's why you're listening to me. That is the problem that we are trying to solve. So I hope you found this helpful. Let me know in the chat if you did. And if you have any questions before we wrap up and you're listening to this live, put it in the chat. Either I'll answer it today. But I think that these 6 tips plus one bonus tip is very important that you can use so you are not a slave to technology. And let's do a quick review before we wrap up. Number 1, delete social media apps from your phone and access them via your desktop computer. Number 2, carve out a specific amount of time that you're going to use to enjoy social media. I think at the end of some of our days, we all need a funny cat video where they're knocking something off the desk. It's okay to be amused by that or to be educated and informed. Number 3, shut off your notifications. Trust me, it changed my life. I do not have notifications on. Now, it's required for me to be more structured and disciplined, but that's the tip. Number 4, separate the phone from your person. Don't carry the phone on your body. Number 5, take a tech break. We all need a break from technology. Number 7 is related to that. I'll get more on that when I get there, but take a tech break. Whether it's 3 hours, whether it's 6 hours, whether it's 1 weekend a month, our brains are not wired for this level of stimulation. Number 6, get to a place with your use of technology, and this is more of a destination than it is a tip, but I think that's important. You want to get to a place where you can say affirmatively, I am using it. I am using my phone. I'm using my computer. It is not using me. I am using it. It is not using me. Or to say it another way, I have a healthy relationship with technology. Just like you want to get to a place where I have a healthy relationship with my sexual expression. Last but not least, be bored. Practice being bored. It is a privilege. It is a gift. It is a wonderful thing that there are a lot of people in this world do not have. They don't have the privilege, the ability to be bored. So you can change your perspective on it and use it as an opportunity to celebrate that leisure that you have. Not everybody has that luxury. And by practicing being bored, it's going to help you change your relationship with technology. It's going to help you disconnect from the constant puffs, hits of dopamine that are flooding your brain every time you swipe to see another video and swipe to see another great video and swipe to see another great video. Being bored is a privilege. It is a gift. And it's really cool when you think about it, when you put that in perspective about what's going on in the world and people who are struggling, who don't have that luxury, who don't have physical safety, who don't have emotional safety, heck, who don't have a roof over their heads, who don't have money to pay for food. There's a whole gratitude play there around being bored. So those are my 6 tips plus one bonus tip. Every person can use to not be a slave to technology. Thank you so much for listening. Let me know in the chat if you have any questions about anything I shared with you today. And if not, I look forward to joining you, connecting with you on my next broadcast. Let me know where you're watching me from too. Awesome. Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. Jewel 12 asked a great question. Would being bored be considered a Kaizen goal? If you don't know what the word Kaizen is, look it up. You need to know. Kaizen. so you could set a Kaizen goal around being bored. So that's like a mindfulness exercise. So for example, I typically, when I'm done, this isn't true, I'm making it up as a hypothetical. When I'm done, recording a video like this, I'm gonna kick back and I need to decompress. I'm gonna get on TikTok, and so instead of doing that, I'm going to sit and relax and just sit and be present with my thoughts, be present with my crazy, be present with all the distractions, and setting a goal to be bored can absolutely be a Kaizen goal. All right. I got to jump off in a couple minutes, so thank you so much for listening. Any other questions, please put them in the chat. I'm really excited. Every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern, we have our partner empowerment group. I'm so proud to be leading a powerful group of women who are really focused on their healing and supporting each other. If you are a partner struggling with, or has a partner who's struggling, if you're a partner of someone who is struggling with sex addiction and porn addiction, and that person does not want to get help, or even if they do, go to the website, look under, you'll find the partner empowerment group there, and some great feedback. You can read all about it. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. Embrace your power of choice and feed the right wolf inside you. Thanks for listening and sharing with me your most precious resource of time. Have a great day, everybody. Till I see you again. Bye-bye.